Hello and welcome to Hearthstone Top 5. My name is Benjamin Hero, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be discussing the top 5 insane or terrible cards in the One Night of Karazhan adventure expansion. This video won't, let's say, have the super high Photoshop quality that you guys love so much. Since I really want to get this video out before the adventure comes out, because a lot of you have asked me, yo Benjamin, what's your opinion on the One Night of Karazhan cards? And I thought, you know what, it'd be great to do another insane or terrible card segment like I did for the Whispers of the Old Gods. So before we get to that, I think it'd be good if we would review the other top 5 of the insane or terrible cards of the Whispers of the Old Gods. If you don't care about that, if you say, Benjamin, I don't give a damn, just show me. Just show me the top 5 cards in the Karazhan Adventure Pack, then click a button somewhere in here. I have no idea, but it's gonna be somewhere in here which will take you to the, you could say, the time skip. But if you're a real person, if you're a person that says, you know what, Ben, I want to hear the results of the Whispers of the Old Gods, top 5 insane or terrible cards, well, let's actually do the review. So at number 5, we had Carrion Grub. I would say Carrion Grub is not a terrible card. It's not quite insane, but since my criteria was insane or terrible, Carrion Grub is definitely in the insane category. It lived up to its potential of getting Hound Mastered on turn 4, and I'm proud that my man, Mr. Vanilla, Mr. Nudity, made it as an insane card in the Old Gods. And then at number 4, we had Embrace the Shadows. People tried it in the Combo Priest. Like I said before in the video, but let's be honest, it's a terrible card. It's a terrible card. Number 3, we have Anomalous. Yep, that's also a terrible card. People tried it in Reno Mage, the Control Mage, but yeah, as expected, it didn't work. And my fan favorite card, Demented Frostcaller, which I thought, please, let Frost Mage exist. No, again, some people did try, like Striveco. I saw a video of him playing a lot of Demented Frostcaller when it was released. But yeah, the card is terrible. It is far from insane. I guess you could say Demented Frostcaller is insanely terrible. Alright, relax. At number 1, we have Dark Speaker. I'm gonna be honest with you, I forgot this card actually existed in the game. That card was beyond terrible. I thought it's gonna be some broken combo that we haven't even seen before. Perhaps in the One Night of Karazhan expansion, there's gonna be adventure, it's gonna be a new combo of Dark Speaker. But yeah, Dark Speaker flopped tremendously. So in essence, I've got four of the cards were terrible and one of the cards was good. Let's see how this list will shape up of the One Night of Karazhan top 5 insane or terrible card list. Ladies and gentlemen, you shall be purified. At number 5, we have the Onyx Bishop, a priest card which is 5 mana and 3/4 in terms of stats, with the effect of resurrecting any random minion that died this game. Now you might look at this and think, Benjamin, priest is dead currently, why would you even bother putting this card on there? Well, listen and hear me out. Onyx Bishop, if the Resurrect Priest can actually exist, which has 2 Resurrect and 2 Onyx Bishop and 26 other cards that make it work, then the Onyx Bishop could have some insane value. You can get your amazing cards like Injured Blade Master, Sylvanas. You can get some really good value from the Onyx Bishop, even if you just get a 2 mana or even just get the Wild Pyromancer, which is again a 3/2 minion. It'll still be worth it. But at the same time, because it's a priest card and because priests currently don't have the best cards to play with, I actually started to play priest after hearing so much complaining and crying on the Hearthstone Reddit. And yeah, it's going from hunter to priest is very different. So I can especially see the Onyx Bishop flopping terribly. However, I see a potential, and I love to see potential in anything, especially in cards, you could say. So Onyx Bishop could be insane if Resurrect Priest works, or let's be honest, more likely it's gonna be terrible. But I have hope. I have hope. At number 4, we have Ethereal Peddler, the cousin of Dark Peddler and the second twin of Emperor Thaurissan. That didn't quite make sense, but Ethereal Peddler has a similar Emperor Thaurissan effect. It's a 5 mana, 5/6 battle cry, reduce the cost of class cards except of yours by 2 mana. I butchered that text, it's a lot simpler when you actually read it. Ethereal Peddler has the potential to really make Burglar Rogue happen. I'm talking about putting cards such as Burgle, putting cards such as the new Swashbuckler in there, and putting cards such as Undercity Huckster. Then you have a whole suite of potential cards from other classes that you can discount by 2, which is a lot. And the stats of Ethereal Peddler is actually pretty damn good. But as we know, Rogue is a bit of a weird class. You're either playing Miracle Rogue, which actually works, or you're playing more of a second tier deck like N'Zoth Rogue or Reno Rogue. This could spawn a whole new Rogue deck, which could make it super competitive by having some really tempo cards that get reduced by 2. Or what could happen that Ethereal Peddler is just not good enough. I mean, it's like you have to get those cards in your hand first, and those cards actually have to be good for you to want to discount them by 2. I can definitely see Ethereal Peddler not working out. Let's be honest, most likely Ethereal Peddler will flop tremendously. However, ladies and gentlemen, however, I see a world where Ethereal Peddler can be the bedrock of Burglar Thieving Rogue. Believe. Or you can just be realistic and not accept it. But I like to believe. Ethereal Peddler, you have the opportunity to actually be an insane card. At number 3, we have 2 cards. Yep, I'm cheating. We have Civil War Golem and Melchizar's Imp. In other words, Disco Lock, or the more sophisticated name is Discard Warlock. These 2 cards have the potential to, wouldn't be potential, these 2 cards will definitely create the Discard Warlock, let's call it Disco Lock, the Disco Lock new archetype, where you play Melchizar's Imp, then you play Succubus, you discard Civil War Golem, you draw a card, you play Civil War Golem with Succubus Imp and with Succubus, and you have a big board and the opponent just GG's. That is the potential of Civil War Golem and Melchizar's Imp. And then you also have cards like Dark Bargain, which work incredibly well with both these cards, and you have cards such as the Fist of Jaraxxus. And you also have, I know Tiny Knight of Evil is a GVG card, I believe. So forget about Tiny Knight of Evil. But in other words, you have a lot of cards that are currently out there, like Soulfire, that work really well with these 2 cards combined. And they can really make an insane Zoolock or Control Warlock deck really well. However, it's like this Warlock is in a very interesting spot at the moment, where they have potential to push a new archetype of the Disco Lock, but it could just fail. It could have flopped tremendously, and people tried Disco Lock and they realized that you can't boogie down as much as you want and the deck just doesn't work. But I believe that those 2 cards have real potential to be utterly insane. If they're not insane, they are terrible. These 2 cards have the middle ground. You're going to be amazing meta decks, or they're going to be tier 4 decks that don't see, they're just going to be terrible. But let's see what the Boogie says for those 2 cards. You know what I mean? Disco Lock, Boogie time. Yeah, boys and girls. Man, sometimes I don't know why I do this. I just find it funny. But yeah, let's see if Disco Lock will have the chance to succeed. At number 2, we have Arcano Smith. You might be surprised thinking, Benjamin, this card looks terrible. How dare you? How dare you put this card on this list? First of all, this is my list, and I put whatever card I want. Arcano Smith is a card I see a lot. I'm talking about a lot of potential. This card reminds me of a Duelist card called Diolatus. Unless you play Duelist, you wouldn't really see the commonality, but I think you can see the card over there. Where does that 0/5 minion, I see so much good with it. I'm seeing a combo with Inner Fire. I see a Cardinal Smith being a secret hidden priest tech card that you put in, even though it's a 3/2 minion, you get that 0/5 taunt body, play Inner Fire in it, and wham, you have 5/5 taunt. To Shamans have Think from Below, you have whatever this card's gonna be called, Think from the Smith with fire, with Inner Fire. And then once you have this card, next turn you can play the Faceless Shambler. Voila, another Thing from Below, a 5/5 taunt. And I can see that really, I can see some kind of Inner Fire priest working. This is why I see a Cardinal Smith having potential. I don't really see it working in the other deck. Perhaps Paladin with Keeper of Alderman, but that seems quite a waste. But I can definitely see a Cardinal Smith working in an Inner Fire deck combined with Faceless Shambler. And because of that, because of the small remote of possibility, a Cardinal Smith is number 2 for the insane. But again, like I said, this card could just be terrible. You know, compared to my other list, most of the cards were just terrible. But this card can actually be good. Oh, insanely good. Man, I do like my puns. Let's move on to number 1. Let's purify ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. At number 1, we have the card that I've been alluding to for this whole game. At number 1, we have Habit Alchemy. Okay. I'm gonna stop with the hammer jokes. I said I will stop. I'm gonna stop with the hammer jokes. I'm gonna stop with the hammer joke. Number 1, we have Purify. This card was originally my number 1. I was actually thinking of constructing an amazing priest deck. I went to Hearthstone, trying to build the next level priest, which is Purify, with cards such as Ancient Watcher, with cards such as Eerie Statue, and then you have some Inner Fire combos, and you have some Resurrect stuff. It was gonna be a mad deck, it was just janky as crap, but it was gonna be mad. And I thought there must be some kind of hidden potential in Purify that no one else has seen. Until Ben Broad actually made a new video, this Design Insights, which he basically said Purify was a mistake to release this set. Yes, this card is bad, and yes, this card is not meant to be for you. It's meant for people to play Silence Priest, which I didn't know people actually do. So in essence, he basically said Purify is bad, and there is no hidden secret of it. And I thought, Purify, there is no insane or terrible. There is just terrible. Let's be honest. I want to look for potential in this card, but if the man who designed the card, or the man who was part of the design team himself, says this card has no potential, what can I do? What can I do, ladies and gentlemen? So instead, I'm gonna replace Purify with another number 1. It's gonna be with Zubot. I know it might be a bit boring, but Zubot is actually pretty. You will see a lot of play, or will see no play. Giving a Murloc, a Dragon, and a Beast +1/+1 is silly. And combined with the Curator, you can do some really fun stuff. So I can see Zubot having some insane potential for the future. So number 1 is not Hemet. It's not Purify, but it is Mr. Zubot. Or you could say Mr. Roboto. I'm hoping I'm not breaking any copyright here. If I am, come at me, bro. And the party is over. Thank you for making it towards the end. And if you liked what you saw, please think about subscribing, since that will do a whole bunch for the channel. I mean, I appreciate you just even getting to the end. And you can check out last week's video where I talk about the top 5 most powerful RNG cards in the game. And if you might not have seen it, there we have a competition that you still have time to enter. The competition is you in one of my courses, which is Habit Mastery, which is you will love if you want to build any sort of habits. And all you have to do is create a custom card, and if your card gets featured in my next custom card video, you win the course. So in essence, just create a card on halfcards.net. I'll put the link in the description, and then post it below in the comments. And if your card is good enough, unique enough, fun enough, realistic enough, then you have potential. Like with Insane or Terrible, you have potential to be featured in the next video. Also, you might have noticed that my comments are getting a bit slower and slower. You might be thinking, Benjamin, you said you're going to respond to every single comment, and I will. Don't worry, I will respond to every single comment, but just give me a bit more time for me to get to yours. Eventually, I will get to your comment, not to worry. Also, you might be wondering, Benjamin, you promised me that you will start streaming in July. What happened? What happened? Well, I tried to stream with my laptop, with my brother's MacBook, and I've been losing so many frames. It was quite crazy. So I have to sort out this really weird technical difficulties. It's a bit embarrassing because I did computer science at university. So I should definitely be able to figure it out. So for now, when I'm going to start streaming, I'm gonna have to give you a to be announced. But once I do figure out the hiccup, I will keep you guys in touch. But again, guys, thank you for being awesome. I mean, really, literally, people, you guys are so amazing, man. I read your comments, I read every single one. It just makes me smile. I think that I have so many awesome people that watch these videos. People always talk about the YouTube comments being toxic, being like, oh, crazy, or being really weird. Like, if you look at, like, literally, guys, look at our community, look at our comments in the videos below. It's all like smart, happy, cheerful, passionate, crazy people just enjoying the game of Hearthstone, enjoying the videos. Man, you guys make me proud, man. I'm proud. I am proud. I'm looking forward to creating the custom card video. So again, push your card, make your own custom card. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Even if your card is terrible, who knows? You might make it in the fun section of the video. All right, people. I'll see you in the next video. But for now, stay awesome and stay smiling and stay passionate. Adios.